place, worm. Prepare yourself. Damn Saiyan.
Guys, he works for Frieza. This is undeniable by the artwork that we've seen here for the new design. This action figure, this statue shows that he's wearing the exact same armor as Tagoma and this bull guy, two top tier officers of the Frieza Force from Resurrection of F. Now this armor is brand new armor that the Frieza Force started wearing because we've never seen this armor being worn before in Dragon Ball Z. So it's not like he had this armor before when the Frieza Force was able to control the Saiyans, and then, you know, he got frozen or whatever in some sort of time lapse, and then now he's got the armor. No, this armor was specifically given to him recently by the Frieza Force. It is undeniable. I mean, the pelt it's its own thing, and it gives him this sense that he goes beyond the Frieza Force, that he does have his roots in Saiyan culture, but for the most part a lot of it screams Frieza Force. And you guys already know from my last video that I'm upset because I was guessing that this was going to be Broly that was being controlled by Frieza in some way, and then he was going to be influenced in that way to attack the Z Fighters, attack Earth, essentially making this Resurrection of F2. And now it seems like that is more and more a possibility. Now, I know this statement alone plus the title of this video is going to trigger everybody because everyone's losing their shit over this new design. So let me go ahead and give you guys my actual honest opinion on what the design actually looks like, what I like about it. And it's just straight up fire, especially the base form. The base form of Broly that we have now completely destroys the original base form of what it looked like. I mean, the OG base form died last night and it was killed by this one, because this is exactly what all that fan art, all that deviant fan art for the Saiyans that have no names that people created out of thin air, those Saiyans are influencing this this art of Broly in his base form. He just looks so good in the green and the purple, the different style, the pelts, everything just comes together so crisp. And so I think that this is a really good redesign when it comes in that aspect, especially when it's focusing on the base form. And I can't wait to see the base form in action when the movie actually comes out. But the Berserker form that he goes into, the Berserker form is essentially just Broly with some scars on him. Now, the scars are a little bit of a mystery to me because it doesn't seem like Broly was the type to get scarred up. So it would have had to happen when he was in his base form, when he was a lot weaker. Say he hadn't have been able to go into the Berserker form and he wasn't able to turn into Super Saiyan. So he got those scars in battle. And so that's the reason he wears the battle armor, because he doesn't want to get scarred up. That makes sense in that aspect of it. But then he obviously explodes with muscle once he goes into Berserker, and then he looks like this. So my problem with the way he looks like this is because Kale looks just like this. Like, they have the same hair. I call this Broly hair because it looks just like Broly's hair from the original Broly, and it made sense for that Broly because his base form had a similar haircut. So I mean, that's just, I mean, once he got bigger, that's what his hair looked like. I mean, Trunks' hair, when he went into that big bulky form, he kind of looked like that. He had that hair as well. So I don't know, maybe that's an aspect of going into like a big bulky Saiyan form, because Kale, she had a ponytail. Once she transformed into her Super Saiyan form, she kind of had that Broly-ish hair, and then once in that Berserker form, she just looked like female Broly, as we all know. So that's the main issue that I have with the Berserker form, that it doesn't look unique enough to be its own thing, mainly because of Kale. Now we have Kale in the picture, and she distracts this form's uniqueness because she's an identical copy of Broly, essentially, just in female form, while this guy, he just looks like a more primal Broly, you know. So that's my main issue with it. I mean, does it look cool? Is it gonna look cool in the movie? I'm pretty sure it will. The animation itself just looks so fluid. The hair looks like it's flowing in the wind, which that is my favorite Saiyan hairstyle, when the hair is flowing and similar to how it used to be back in the Namek arc and early versions of Dragon Ball back in the Cell arc. I love it when the hair used to flow. When we got to the Buu arc, for some reason, everybody started drawing their hair like it was like spikes coming out of a pit or something. Like they were just so sharp edged, like you felt like you cut your finger on them. And so that's not really what I like, and it's been used since Buu, so I have to kind of jump on the bandwagon on that one and enjoy what kind of art we get. And there are versions of the spiky haired art that I really do like, but I do prefer it when it flows in the wind, and it seems that's what we're going to be getting with this movie. So I definitely enjoy that aspect of it, and I definitely enjoyed the base form a lot. I think the base form looks really cool, and I want this action figure or this statue on my kitchen table like yesterday, because it looks really cool. It looks really good, and I'm really excited to see it in action. But again, those are basically my main drawbacks to this, and I am allowed to have them. Broly looks too much like Broly and Kale when he goes into Berserk form, and the Saiyan armor, or the Frieza armor, makes me feel like he's going to be working for Frieza as like one of the top lieutenants. It seems like the top lieutenants in Frieza's army get this armor, and that seems to be the case in what's happening here. So hopefully I'm wrong, but this could very well be Frieza trying to screw over Earth again, and that's just that's gonna make me mad. But we'll see. Maybe they'll tweak it and they'll make it so it's in a different sense, in a different way. Maybe explain the armor in a completely different aspect that I didn't even think about. But what do you guys think of this? Do you guys think the new redesign is awesome? Do you guys think it's different enough from the original Broly, or do you prefer the original Broly better? Let me know, guys. This is gonna be BlackScape signing off.